Thinks he failed. Which, of course, he did, but, you know, there's a lot of that going around, ain't there?
Honestly, until this exact second, I thought you were Build-A-Bear.
Maybe I am.
Rocket Raccoon has to be one of my favorite members of the Guardians, and his characterization in the MCU kind of goes along the lines of a fun jackass. Now, I did not imagine that I would ever speak those two phrases in unison, but there you have it. And it is true. He is a lovable jackass character. Now, granted, Rocket is still a hero in his own right, and there are reasons for the way he is, but he is not afraid to tell people things how they are, even if it means hurting their feelings.
It's just to cover my loss.
Oh, boo-hoo! My wife and child are dead. Oh, I don't care if it's mean. Everybody's got dead people. It's no excuse to get everybody else dead along the way.
Now, at least in the MCU, because Rocket has a slightly different origin in the comics, Rocket began life as a simple-minded raccoon who eventually came into the possession of the High Evolutionary, who performed brutal experimental procedures on Rocket, making him sentient, along with numerous other animals that were experimented on like Rocket to the same degree. A walrus named Teefs, a otter or weasel, they both look the same, okay? Named Lila, and a bunny named Floor. Unfortunately, Rocket's friends were killed during a failed prison break after Rocket found out that they were not going to be transported to Counter Earth because the High Evolutionary deemed them as experimental trash, but instead were all going to be incinerated. Rocket tried and failed to save his friends. Enraged, Rocket violently attacked the High Evolutionary, ripping huge portions of his face off before escaping on a stolen ship into the void of space. Now, after some time, Rocket will be captured and sent to prison, and this is where he would meet Groot. Now, in the MCU, Rocket and Groot just appear together in the first Guardians movie, so we never get to find out how exactly they came to be friends, but let's just assume that the events of the comic books can apply here to fill in those gaps. In the comics, Groot and Rocket were being held at the same prison, and at first Rocket did not want to be anywhere near Groot until finding out how poorly Groot was treated by the guards, and they became best friends and orchestrated an elaborate prison break and became bounty hunters, taking down superpowered individuals. Now, we do see that at the beginning of the first Guardians movie, Groot and Rocket are indeed bounty hunters, so this checks out.
Quit smiling, you idiot. You're supposed to be a professional.
And albeit their methods of capture are pretty goofy, it seems like their tactics have worked in the past, with Rocket being there to neutralize the target and Groot being on bag duty. Let's face it, when you got a huge hulking tree monster holding you shut in a bag, there's very little you can do unless you have some kind of knife. After being captured yet again and sent to yet another prison, Rocket, along with Groot, Quill, Gamora, and Drax, made yet another elaborate prison break, escaping with style. Shortly after that, Rocket would join up with Quill to become a member of the superhero team, the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a team consisting of reformed criminals. Now, obviously, other members would join the team with the likes of Mantis, Cosmo, and Nebula, just to name a few. Many horrible things have happened to Rocket in his lifetime. Losing his first batch of friends, becoming close with a Ravager known as Yondu, only to have Yondu die, sacrificing himself to save his adoptive son Quill, the leader of the Guardians, to even losing various members of the Guardians themselves via Thanos' snap in Avengers Infinity War. Even having his best friend sacrifice himself so that Rocket could live. But despite everything, Rocket gained new friends and a family. His best friend was reborn, and Rocket got to dabble as being a father to the new version of Groot. He got to become the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy. The friends that he lost returned after the Avengers went and did some time heist bullshit and brought everybody that was dusted back. So things work out for the little raccoon in the end. And Rocket, even despite all of this, is willing to fight for the safety of the galaxy and even offer a few sarcastic clips and jokes to brighten up the mood. With that being said, let me know what you guys think about Rocket's story in the MCU. And with that, do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you in the next video.